Yeah, great. I just want to
Okay, so all right, so yeah, a few things that we're going to run through today. First of all, I'm going to give you a background about what stock in the channel is, what it does, and why it adds value for the reseller. Why they would actually want to use and have an integration between Exact and stock in the channel. Then we're going to move on to some of the setup processes that are required. So a reseller can't just say, okay, I want to do it straight away, it be live. Stock in the channel leans on a lot of information that's coming into the system from the reseller's suppliers, and that includes stock levels and pricing, that kind of thing. And I'll show you a little bit about how that gets set up. We also have a number of different services. So for this to be useful, this integration to be useful, they need to have a service that we call our quote tool as a bare minimum activated on their stock in the channel account. That's not a free service. So we'd have to agree the rates that we want to promote to your customers in the Netherlands. We have a lot of customization in place for producing templates for PDFs, so the customer can have a template that looks exactly how they want it to look, and that effectively gets populated with content from stock in the channel about the products and prices, etc. And we have optional punch out for Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. We're going to be expanding that in the not too distant future to also support Google Mail, Gmail. And then I'll show you how we connect a stock in the channel account to Exact, and then we'll get into the actual process that the reseller would follow to generate a quote in real life. Okay, so first of all, I'm logged in on our Dutch site. Stock in the channel has individual territory specific sites. So obviously I'm logged in on the Netherlands on a demo account, so it can't damage anything for anybody. And the first point that the reseller would need to do is actually plug in their suppliers. So we have a menu here that says distributors and the option to view all of the suppliers that are already connected to stock in the channel. At the moment in the Netherlands we have a small number, modest really, 15 suppliers plugged in. In the UK we actually have 151. And we're much more established, but typically what happens as we start to engage with more resellers in a particular country, they will say to us, hey, we'd like this supplier connected into stock in the channel, and it's very easy for us to integrate feeds from other suppliers, so we can quite quickly start adding more distributors to stock in the channel. The Netherlands site, it really just need to be led by the reseller for that. So what we have here is a page where the reseller can come in and say, oh yeah, I deal with Blue Star as well, so we can click on Blue Star. There's a button that says set up pricing. They would press this, they'd put their account number in here. I'm just going to write test and then hit apply. Actually, I'm not going to do that, but they hit apply, they'd put their account number with the distributor in, and a notification gets sent away to Blue Star, the distributor, who then activates, gives that reseller access to pricing within stock in the channel. What a lot of people sort of don't understand, and it's very important to understand, because we deal predominantly with IT products, stock and price change all the time very, very quickly, and it really depends not only on what product you're looking to purchase, but also who you are to an extent. So Ingram Micro is a very large distributor of IT products globally, and they will have hundreds of different pricing levels for which are client specific. So we will import their stock portfolio once, but we'll then import into stock in the channel multiple different pricing levels which are client specific. So when a reseller sets up their feeds coming into stock in the channel, it'll contain their own personalized cost pricing from each distributor. So once they've connected their distributors, which is relatively simple, and that we would work with them to achieve, they'd end up with a page that looks like this, where they see active distributors. These are the feeds that are currently connected to this individual stock in the channel account. even at this point, stock in the channel is quite a powerful tool. So if I just take a part number and paste it into this box here and search, what we see straight away is, okay, this product is available from 3 different distributors, and we can see the stock level that each one of them has, and we can see the client's individual pricing for that product. So why this is useful for the reseller? Well, straight away they know to buy it from this guy, from Ingram, because not only have they got the stock, but they're also the cheapest. Okay, so that's how it's used by a lot of people, and that's all they do. They search for stock level and price, see who's got it, who's the most cost effective, and then they phone up that supplier and buy it. What we do for a growing number of customers in the UK and you know, a small number in other countries, to be honest, at the moment, is we expand upon that with the ability to generate quotes within the system for products. So what the Exact client would need to do next, if they were going to use the quotes integration with Stock in the Channel and Exact, is they would obviously need to have an Exact account, which I created one yesterday. So thankfully, and it's great, it was populated with some customers, which saved me having to do some work. Yeah, I have created a few as well. Excuse me, because some of this Google's translating it for me.
No problem.
Yeah, basically what they would do next is they would get from Stock in the Channel a link that connects their Stock in the Channel account to their Exact account. We would give them the link, and they literally just go to a new window, having already logged into Stock in the Channel, paste in the link, which basically looks like this, and hit enter. And it's now saying set up Exact, authenticate. And it's asking for a tax code to use. I'm a little bit out of my depth here, but I'm going to guess this one, and save. And it's now successfully updated. What we're then able to do is, if we take this product that we searched for earlier and add it to a basket, and we can give the basket a name. We'll add a few more products.
Brandon, can I ask a short question? Why do you need the tax code?
Why do we need the...
Are you already on article level at that moment, or is that just the authorization of the Exact customer?
It's basically connecting the client's Stock in the Channel account to their Exact online account.
Okay,
so,
because normally you just needed their credentials to authenticate from our perspective.
Sure.
And you added an extra layer, you added the tax, but that can be different for specific for individual articles. So is there a specific reason why you need that why you need that information at that point?
The tax? Are you referring to the tax question that it asked?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be honest, I don't know the answer to that one. I can find out for you and come back to you after the call.
Okay, because I don't think customers will really understand what you mean with that field as is.
Okay.
Or it should have some kind of logic within your own workflow, but to me it doesn't make sense if it's purely about getting the connection between the Exact Online administration and the specific segment within Stock in Channel.
I suspect what it was is that when our developers wrote the integration, there were probably multiple options and they didn't know which one to use. So if we don't know much about, I think it was to do with tax, to be honest. We don't know much about the tax in Holland, so we'll be led by you on which one should be used, and you know, we can remove that question and just fulfill the answer. But you know, I mean, with regards to the actual technicalities of the integration, I'm not the best person. I can certainly put you in contact with the guy that wrote the integration. He's one of our developers and tends to be less involved in the presentations, but happy to to have calls and correspondence with other developers and answer any questions like that.
Because I can understand, right? What we're looking at now is a product.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine that if this product is not existing in Exact Online, but you want to order it, that you're probably gonna generate the article in Exact Online, and then you need the text reference.
Okay.
That I can follow, but not in the not on the onboarding side. But well, let it go for now.
Yeah, we haven't completed the authentication yet until we actually try to pass some information between. All we've done with that link is enabled Stock in the Channel to so Stock in the Channel knows that it's going to talk with Exact.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it hasn't actually done the authentication yet until the first time it tries to collect some information from Exact or send some information to Exact. At that point, it's going to ask us for login credentials.
Yeah, and then you follow the online procedure.
Sure. Well, we'll get to that in 2 minutes. So if we just add this product. I'm not sure if I've already added this one actually. There we go. So we have 2 products in the basket. If we go to add an account, and it's now saying, okay, these are the 2 customers that are already within Stock in the Channel, that it's allowing me to select one of these. If I just grab instead, which one? I think this one, ABC products. Sorry, wrong page.
Is there a real-time connection with Exact Online?
Yeah. Once it's confirmed. Oh, great. Hang on a minute. Save. Maybe I didn't finish. Successfully updated. Yeah, bear with me. Sorry.
It's a live demo.
From the, oh yeah, sorry, I can't do it from there. 1 second. Back a page. View basket. Yeah, view the basket. Add an account. Sorry, this is why. Okay, so now it's gone and found the ABC users on the ABC account in Exact, and it's saying, do I want to generate a quote against one of these 2? And I'm saying yes, we'll have this one. So it's now saying we need to authenticate your personal account with Exact. This is only does this the first time. Mm-hmm. So we say authenticate. It's open in Exact, probably in another window somewhere. I'm looking on too many screens. Okay, yeah, create an account. Mm-hmm. That's it. So it's now pulled in the customer into the basket. We can rename the basket and call this anything we like. And we can add notes on the product detail. We can say, yeah, this is for your reception printer, and new tablet for Bob. And we can now convert this basket to a quote, at which point it's asking us for invoice and delivery address. So we need to select these. There's already, it's pulled in the address that's on the Exact, so we can select this one. And we can do the same for the delivery. If there was multiple addresses, it would display them. And we can put a purchase order number in here if they like. If the customer said our reference is ABC123, and we can add design elements. Are you seeing these changes I'm making?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So we can see a subtitle. We can, not that we need a subtitle on 2 lines, but we can put that there. We can see the distributors. It's automatically selected the lowest cost supplier from your free available distributors, and it's applied a markup percentage based on some rules that are within stock in the channel. So resellers are able to set different rules for sell prices from different suppliers, for different customers, and it's automatically added some markup. But on this occasion, if you said you wanted to actually change the price, you can do that as well. So we can come in here and say this is the cost, and
Because, Brandon, this is as a profit and margin. Are those numbers from Exact or what?
No, these products don't exist in Exact. These are products from stock in the channel search results. It's picked up the cost price here. It's added a markup, so your sale price effectively. We can if we go to requote on this, and
Can I change the sell price? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can change the price here to either a custom price or a markup percentage. So if we said we wanted to make 7% on this item, that'll change the price. We can see that Ingram Micro are not going to charge us delivery on this because it's over the threshold for Ingram delivery carriage. But we can still decide to charge the client some delivery charge, and then we can issue the quote. And now we have the option to preview this. Now we haven't set up a compelling template, but this can look however you want it to look. We have a HTML template behind it. So the color scheme can change, the logo can go, it can be the client's logo, the text can go in here. It's pulled the contact information, the salesperson that's created the quote within stock in the channel. That's obviously my details. It's added the products. These are links to the product. So click them, it'll open a product details page. These can be served under plain label, so it can be quotes.client's domain name /product Lexmark, but the client would just need to do a little bit of DNS work with us. They'd have to create a subdomain and give us the point the subdomain at our IP address. It's quite easy.
And at the moment, nothing happened in Exact, right?
Not yet, but we're going to. So that's the preview of the quote. We also offer an Outlook plugin, which I'm not going to install because I already have it installed and connected to another account. But we have an email option here, and if you'd connected up the Outlook plugin, which is really simple instructions: download the client app, authenticate it with your stock in the channel account. If you had that plugged in, you could just hit the email button. It would grab the email address for Karen Jensen, populate that in the to field, add the subject line, which would be the quote ID and new basket. It would be that. It would attach a PDF, populate it with your standard email signature, and you just write, hi Karen, here's the quote we just discussed, send. That can obviously be done from Exact as well. So at the moment, the external systems, which is Exact, it says not linked, and if we hit this button here, it's going to sync the quote. So it's now pushing this up into Exact, and it now has an ID, an Exact quote ID, if you like, and we can click this to view the quote in Exact.
This is more.
This is very nice. Yeah.
Okay, so if we just go back to here as well, and if we look at ABC, again, you know this side of things far better than me, but we can see here 6 new basket, status is printed. We may need to do a little bit of tweaking in the statuses and things like this, but we need your input obviously for this as well. The other functionality which I'd like to show you, if I can close some of these windows because now I'm starting to lose where I am. Yeah, let's close that one. We'll finish with that. So if we start a new, first of all, let's just mark this as 1. So the customer comes back and says, yeah, I'll buy that. We'll mark that as 1. Update failed, great. Maybe we'll mark it as lost then. Okay, hang on, let's refresh. Lock. Okay, might have to come back to that one. We should be able to mark that as 1. Oh, unlock. Unlock. Yeah, okay, so it's been marked as 1. And hopefully relationship, customers, overview, ABC. Sorry, I'm sure you could get to these pages quicker than me.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, I don't know if the notes have come across to opportunity status. Okay, so maybe that hasn't updated as a 1 in here yet. But do you have statuses for quotes?
Printed, status printed. In the middle, yeah.
What other statuses are there?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, but what would the next status be if after printed?
Printed means
that it's in fact
delivered.
It's a quotation still. So what you say, if you want it in stock and channel, it should be a purchase order.
Or sales
exact online. So I don't know. This should be logic if it's still on the status quotation. But this should then in exact be promoted
to a sales order.
To a sales order. Yes,
okay. Yeah.
Correctly. There is an option to promote a quote to an order. It's also in PSI, I think. Yeah. So, but I'm not sure if you can automate that by an API. I don't know if there's.
Brandon, can you go to back to sale?
Yeah.
And then go to.
Sorry about this. Yeah. Okay.
There should be some promote quote option in the user interface.
Where did you find the quote? So if you go back to relationships.
For ABC, you can click on that.
Customers overview.
No, where did you find the quotation?
It was attached to the customer. So I came to ABC, and it's in here under.
Okay. Can you go back to? Can you click on? Yeah. Can you click on your demo name real quickly?
Up here. Yeah.
Yeah, up there, and then go to settings.
Wow. Okay. I haven't looked in here yet.
Yeah, but can you go to the tab CRM? That is activated, but why does it look that way?
Because we're missing. This is a basic accounting license. This is not a trial. This is not a product.
Yeah, I just took the demo yesterday. So.
View of the quotations.
It's not in. It's not
in
this license type.
This feature. Okay.
This is a probably a basic. No, he doesn't. This is a trial. You know.
One second, Brandon. We are trying to find the overview of the quotations.
Right.
That is the better to.
What I can tell you is that our developer has moved on to the next stage of our integration, which is to push. I don't think we can push sales orders, but I think we can push I think you call it sales invoices.
Yeah.
Because we have different levels of integration for the reseller, where what I've shown so far utilizes our service that we would call quote tool, but we also have order automation, which is the ability to within stock in the channel, mark this order as 1, and then it gets flipped to a sales order where a purchaser, a company would pick it up and say, okay, authorize this purchase. So a salesperson would use the quote element, and then a purchaser would say, yep, convert the sales order to a purchase order, and then we send the electronic POs to distribution. And at
okay, Brendan, but your current demo environment is in what you guys need to do is you have to download, you have to get a professional services trial.
Mm-hmm.
And test your code in because you have all the functionality in the user interface as well.
Yeah, but
because we can't actually see the outcomes of what you're doing now on the stock in channel side in your demo environment in Exact Online because the modules aren't there. So
right, I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay.
Go to
Well,
the Exact Online and choose for sales.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Exact Online.
go back on here. Yeah.
Sales.
Yeah.
Waar heb ik naar gekeken?
wat ze kunnen doen.
Invoices.
Invoices.
Print.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Now what you
There is sales, invoices, history.
But what are you trying to find right now? Because
what you need
this whole demo looks odd to me.
Yeah, what you can do is you can add a new administration. Click on the left side in the top.
This one.
When you click on demo.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do maintenance. What you need to do is now create a new one. Sorry, that's even better. Oh yeah, here you can create a new one.
New.
Ja.
Maar dit is een accounting natuurlijk.
Ja, misschien kan het wel. And then you say like 7 in the code.
Yeah, but quotations is part of this.
And the name can be app test, for instance. It's just to try with of this.
Ik heb geen idee. Het ziet er heel lelijk uit.
Let me
Zo moet
see.
het eruit zien.
And now save.
Bewaren. So that's.
Bewaren on the blue button.
The blue button, yeah.
It's like English and Dutch is mixed together.
Yeah, Google's trying to translate the pages, but not great.
Oh, so there's a Google. I know what you did.
Yeah.
Now I understand you. Can you click on your name real quickly, Brendan?
Uh-huh.
On the right side.
Yeah, on the right side. And can you go to My Exact Online?
I can try if Google will let me.
Google is messing
okay, yeah.
Exact Online. I understand now. And go to on the left. You see there something called gebruikersinstellingen. That is on. Yeah, that one.
Next one.
Next one.
The one. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you change the taal to English? Indeed. Click on save. On bewaren.
Yeah.
And please turn off your Google Translate.
Yeah.
That is messing it up. Now I understand.
Translate this page. No. Actually, maybe change the options. Page language English. Translate English. Cancel. Always translate.
It was a good
Finish.
try, Brendan.
Okay, this make my life easier. So.
Can you maybe just refresh the page real quick? Or indeed, so this looks a lot better.
Oh yeah.
And can you click on sales real quickly now? Yes, indeed. So now you have quotations. That's the one that I was looking for. And can you go to overview? So where did we? Maybe you can put the status on printed.
Ah, yeah. Refresh.
Refresh. Yeah. So right now they are here as well.
Yeah, there's a few others because I was practicing.
Yeah.
But the last one is the right one, I guess.
Yeah.
This
So
one,
click.
yes.
Yeah. Click on the number indeed. Yeah.
And now we see what you just did in stock in general.
And if you accept it now, it will become a sales order.
If you click on accept, you can choose what you want to do with it.
This?
I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get an option.
And then you get you can create a sales invoice. And if you're using, like, for example, exact trade, which is wholesale and distribution, then there will also be an option in here called move it to an exact sales order.
Do you know what would I can imagine how this might work really well, because obviously most of what's been done so far, we've used the exact API to push information and to retrieve information. In a real life scenario with a client, they're going to have the quotes in both places, but when a customer comes back and says, yeah, I want to buy this, the client's going to activate that in one or other of the systems, and it needs to sync both ways. What stock in the channel can probably do is, if the quote gets converted to a sales order in stock in the channel, I'm sure that RTM and his team will be able to send a notification to Exact to change the status of the quote within Exact. However, if the client changes the status in Exact, stock in the channel needs to be informed.
Right.
That's probably.
So do we have webhooks on quotation at the moment?
Well, we can certainly expose our API for you guys to. You'll have the quote ID within Exact of the quote in stock in the channel because we put it there. But if the client says, yeah, convert this to a sales order effectively in Exact, it would be nice to be able to mark that then as one within stock in the channel as well.
Yeah, but that is fine. You can do it multiple ways because you have like 3 options. You can just neglect then the whole quotation and you just create a sales order directly. Yeah, so that is also possible.
We have a webhook.
You can also then, you can create the quote and you can create the sales order. And we even have the possibility that our API can do this little thing that you see over here and do that via an API.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a quote, but it's printed, but there's no sales order yet. But with one API call, you can fire away a call that will automatically create a sales order.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. I mean, I'm not I'm not the most. I'm not a developer, and certainly I think there's some scope if we can work out what we want to achieve, and then perhaps put my guy in touch with your guy to talk technical about making that work. But yeah, I just think that the best solution is going to be where the user can activate or convert the status in either solution, and the two update each other.
Yeah, and that is fine. So that when you guys update your site and you are in control, then you can make sure that you can update the quote.
Yeah.
When a user changes the quote in Exact Online, and we have like an option in there, we called, I'm talking a little bit technical now, but we have a feature what we've called webhooks. It's like some type of like a notification center. Whenever there are something changes in Exact Online, you guys get a signal that there something has been changed to the quotation,
right? And
then you can update it from your side.
Got it.
We have some very cool neat functionality for that.
Excellent. If there's any documentation around that you can send to me, I can pass it along.
Yes, indeed. There is documentation on that.
Wonderful.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. One more thing I wanted to show you. If we just back in stock in the channel for a moment, if we go back to the account and we go to baskets and just create a new basket and add a customer. I'm going to add a customer that I created earlier. I can't remember what they're called. Bear with me a second, sorry. Customer. Hands down winner. I'm going to add him. So, add a customer. hands down winner. This customer is in stock in the channel,
Yeah.
but isn't in here.
Okay.
Hands down winner. Yes, not in this list yet. So
Correct.
we're adding this customer to the basket. If we add some products, we have an option to bulk add. Sometimes the reseller gets a list sent to them.
Yeah.
So we got this list and search. It finds all of the products and it just says, hey, can you just confirm this is the right item? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, this one we've got options. So we'll pick this one. We pick this one and this one. Submit.
So Brandon, this can also be used to not really generate sales orders or quotations, but it could also be used to update your product portfolio. Like for instance, when I get a new list from IceCat, probably you know IceCat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for instance, I can also use the stock in the channel to update my 5,000 articles that I already have in Exact, for instance.
Yes.
But also a feature that you guys support.
Yeah, we have a whole load of other things. I mean, for us, we've done quite a few different integrations. Exact is a bit different, although we're doing more along them lines that use the API now. But we have a lot of clients that take e-commerce web source solutions from us, and to us, anybody that wants to populate a third-party system with a lot of products is, unless it's a web store, we advise, hey, that's crazy, because they change so quickly, and you know, the catalog I mean, we look at our UK site. All right, we have 150 distributors, and we've got a way to go to get there yet in the Netherlands, but there's 8 million unique manufacturer part numbers in stock in the channel, and 90, you know, as a reseller, you're going to sell a fraction of a percentage of those products a year. So to fill a third-party software with all of those items is bonkers.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
So
it was the old way.
yeah, so
companies don't have stock.
that's the bit that stock in the channel does really well. You know,
can you finish this thing? What do you want to do? Because I'm a little bit lost. You're trying to do now.
So okay, we'll assume that markup and notes and all the rest has been done, and we'll just go straight to quote.
Yeah.
And not linked. So we're going to just upload this, and it's saying, hey, you're trying to import the following account to stock in the channel. So it's basically saying, create this new customer. Yeah, in Exact, and we say, yeah, create as a new customer, and it's pushing the customer into Exact. Hopefully, it's definitely worked earlier. Sync quote. There you go. So we've got Exact now, and if we come here and refresh the accounts, customers overview, we now got hands down winner as well. Is it?
Yeah.
So we've got the two-way communication on customers is the point on that. Yeah, I mean, I've sort of gone we've gone around where I intended to go, but I think we've got most of the points that I wanted to covered. You know, any feedback is very warmly received. We're very keen to expand and do more business in the Netherlands.
Right.
So,
I think it's a great tool, but at this moment it's working just with accounting, right? Because this is an accounting license you've got. I'm curious how it doesn't work with PSA clients.
okay. At the moment, it should be the same. Yeah.
But do you have any connection? Where do I give? What do I have to say for what client and what project it is?
For what client and what project?
Because when you're working with PSA, work with projects.
Yeah.
The question is first, what products do you support?
Well,
Yeah,
that
I
is
mean, we have IT products, obviously. We do.
For instance, like data at Samsung household appliances, they sell the Sony PS4s, so it's more probably going to be IT companies,
IT companies.
household appliances, everything that has to do with
implementation or software or hardware.
yeah, but the problem is a lot of those actually do have a stock in place already.
PSA doesn't have stock.
Don't have stock.
No. So this shouldn't only be limited to PSA.
This is at the moment. This can be applied to any product at the moment.
Yeah.
But this is only like simply for PSA. It's just a quote and an invoice, and that's it. If you want to do stock,
then you have to work on article levels, pricing and discounting, everything. Then you have to really go a level deeper when it comes to integrating with Exact. So, but this is typically for the IT or focused companies that use paper. I think projects. How does this involve projects?
at the moment.
At this moment, but when you're an IT company,
but you can't. In PSA you can generate quotes on a project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to find out now if we have endpoints.
What you can do is like what I believe when you have a quote, you can then the customer itself can select what project needs
yes,
to be on.
and that could be done in Exact, for instance.
Or maybe in Exact or maybe in stock channel.
Or
Do you know between PS? Do you know PSA Exact Align? I don't think so. But in PSA we work also with the work breakdown structure, and in that you can say what product for what client for what part of the project do I need.
Right. We don't have that as yet, but I'm pretty sure that when what we've done with another PSA software, Autotask, we create an opportunity. It's called in Autotask, which can then be assigned to a project within Autotask. I'm guessing that you may have something similar, but obviously I don't know Exact very well. You know, I'm sort of just learning it now, really. Crash course yesterday. So with Google Translate helping me. But yeah, I'm sure, you know, if there's features that we can access via API and aim towards, then we can certainly do that. We've just started to add service items into stock in the channel. Historically, stock in the channel has been all about tangible products in a box in a warehouse somewhere, and it plays to it benefits industries where there's competition between different vendors. So the same product, the same box, the same brand, the same SKU held in different locations by competing distributors effectively. Services are a bit different, obviously, or a lot different, because sometimes they're invented and created by the reseller. It could be we'll come and maintain your computer network, or we'll provide maintenance service for your printers, or whatever. So we're allowing now resellers to create service items within stock in the channel, and certainly we've already done an integration with Autotask where it actually imports the services that are available in Autotask into stock in the channel so that they can be added to quotes and orders. There's no reason why we can't take the same approach with you guys. Initially, the offer is around the quoting of hardware, to be honest.
I see an endpoint available on our site, projects, which is called invoice terms, and it seems that you can connect the generated sales order, or this is a sales invoice rather, sales invoice to a specific project. There is an endpoint available which is under the category projects. And I think it's the invoice terms, and I think that's the endpoint you need to connect an existing project in Exact Online to a newly generated sales invoice.
Right.
Quite sure, but I think this is the one. But I also wonder if it's always necessary. If a PSA user, I can't imagine him going on that detail level. It's probably only a few.
I don't think not yet. But you will get feedback. Eh? So once you
Yeah.
are on the platform, people are going to start connecting.
That's the point. Yeah, that's what normally happens. A couple of this is what we really need, I think, right now, is one or two customers who are very in the IT market, selling hardware, to start using the solution or testing the solution for free. Yeah, we'll plug in their distributors and give them access to stock in the channel for free, and as an advanced alpha stroke beta, late beta testing process, and then get some feedback and make any changes that we need to. You know, this is the normal process for us, because we can come up with all of the ideas of how we think it's going to be used, but when people start using it, sometimes we find that we have to tweak or change something a little bit. And even different resellers, you know, have different ways of doing things. So sometimes we have to have several ways. So
do you have a short list already? I see Tech Data. Well, I used to work at Tech Data, so I know they cover like 99% of all hardware and software goods here in the Netherlands. With Ingram, you have like a couple of million products. So do you guys already have a short list of distributors you want to add here in the Netherlands, or is that something that...
It tends to grow very organically. I mean, the distributors that we have currently are these, so Blue Star, DCC, Direct Hardware Supply, Ingram, IT Exchange, Just Lamp, so on. But you know, without a doubt, I mean, we've already started speaking to a couple more quite recently, also digital, and there was one other that
we have like Rextel here in the Netherlands, like a small, our local Tech Data.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love an introduction to them if you can help. For us, we need a relationship with the distributors, because they need to understand what stock in the channel is, and they actually have logins to manage the pricing, so that the right reseller gets the right price file. And you know, any reseller can sign up to stock in the channel and request access to pricing, but if they haven't got an account with that distributor, they're not going to get it. No. We don't know what pricing they get, so the distributor has to be involved and onboarded as well. So,
but this is pretty niche. So I think Sarah and me and everyone in Exact, as soon as the app is available in the App Store, make it the marketing content, make it a niche content story as well. You know, just point out to who you deliver. That's IT companies, that's household appliances, everybody that has anything to do with Tech Data or Ingram Micro. And I suspect there are a couple of hundred, if not a couple of thousand, of our customers who have a relationship with those two already here in the Netherlands.
Oh, that's
just that. I'm not really sure how we can find them. That's another interesting one.
Maybe try and cherry pick a couple to begin with, right before we open the floodgate. You know, but one other final element, which may or may not interest you, we have some functionality here called private data feeds as well. So any product that, as I say, has a box and a part number and a brand, really, the client can add their own data, their own feed. It could be stuff that they've got in their warehouse, it could be a distributor that's not in stock in the channel, it could be a broker, it could be a supplier from outside the country, it could be whatever they like, and they can create their own data feed coming into stock in the channel that contains products. It can be a CSV file, an Excel file, an XML file, pretty much anything you like, and it just has to have these values on it. So although stock in the channel is for IT products, in the UK we have got customers selling jewelry and perfume, and as long as they can put in a file the products in the right format, they can plug it into stock in the channel. And then it can be included in quotes, it can be included in their web store. they can manipulate the products. They can do all kinds of things. We've got a lot of tools for managing products in Stock in the Channel.
And are those the private informations?
I beg your pardon?
And are those the private information just for the client, or is it something that everyone can see?
No, it's private. Private data feeds are just for the users on the account. So, so here, this account has just one user. But if we wanted to, we can add other users to our account. So, we can just say, add user, and other people that are sharing that account. We have a permissions model where you can have people who can generate quotes. So you can have other people that can add feeds. These are all the various permissions. What I think I'll do is I'll set you up an account and send you over some credentials and the link to the activation to be able to link Stock in the Channel to Exact, and then you guys can have a play as well. I'm sure that you can have a little, take it apart a little bit and experiment and make any suggestions. We're very
Brandon, do you guys in the UK do you support EDI as well? Is that a format still being used in?
It is. I mean, a lot of resellers call it EDI because that's what they know it as historically. But we integrate. If we just, I don't know if I've got a page open. In the UK, we've connected to about 20 odd distributors for sending electronic POs, and out of the 150 odd, we're actively adding more now. It tends to be we have a lot of different services. They start off quite cheap, and by the time you get to full order automation, you can be spending £1,000 a month with Stock in the Channel.
That's the real. That is where the volume is also, of course, and then you're going way beyond generating a quote, because you mentioned in the beginning we do this part, and we also do like the robotic purchase ordering, but by a lack of a better name.
Electronic POs. So
electronic POs. Go on.
So what we do with that, I mean, it takes the quotes that we have, and it also we have what we'd call an orders inbox. Let me just show you on the UK site for a minute. Admin.stock in the channel. And if we go management clients, EBM.
Are also other topics, or is this the last one, Brian?
Hey, there's an endless number of topics. We can stop whenever you like. We've covered what I really wanted to cover, and I will send you some follow up in email. But if you'd like to see the orders part of Stock in the Channel, I'm just logging in as a client of mine. Here we go. So this is on the UK site. It looks the same, right, apart from the advertising. And this reseller has 42 distributors connected to their account. They have produced 1,878 open quotes, 16 sales orders pending. They have a web store called ebm.co.uk. This is their own e-commerce site running Magento that is populated by Stock in the Channel. Every morning the stock and prices update here based on the suppliers coming in to Stock in the Channel. And if someone buys something on here, the order falls into here, sales orders inbox.
That's one more.
And that is perfect if it's not someone who actually has stock.
Yeah.
Right. If this is all drop ship, if it's all a drop shipment based, then it would be fine having it automated totally out of the scope of Exact. If a customer really doesn't want to go for our trade solutions. So this is also very interesting, Brandon. I'm not sure. It's not really.
Where I think it could integrate, it could be that what this customer has is actually on-premise Sage 200.
Okay.
What happens is when the sales orders arrive in stock in the channel, either from their website or from a quote that's been converted into a sales order. And it arrives in this inbox here, sales orders inbox, where the reseller can see all of their purchasing. Sorry, the purchaser can see everything, see the status of it, and he basically only needs to worry about stuff that's still pending or completed. They put in through quite a lot of orders, as you can see at 3:14. You know, this is 15 minutes ago, and you know, most of them have gone off to various different distributors, but they also have the sorry, these are sales orders. If we go to order process, purchase orders.
Yeah, the sales order overview is one that our typical customers can view as well, right? This is the purchase order. This is the new stuff we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen purchase sales orders. You've seen quotes. So we have quotes converted to a sales order converted to a purchase order.
Yeah, you're right. That was the overview.
Sometimes multiple purchase orders, because one sales order might require purchases from more than one distributor.
Yeah.
So sometimes it splits the two, and it puts the notes on the purchase order, also on the sales order, that says this sales order's gone to 3 different purchase orders. When all of the purchase orders that are linked to a particular sales order are marked as complete, that both the sales order and the purchase orders get pushed into Sage. So actually, from the point of someone checking out on Magento or the salesperson generating a quote, that's the last time that anyone actually changes a product or a price or a stock value on a anywhere. After that, the customer, all they do is move it from A to B to C, and then it's in their system, in their accounting, waiting for the money to come in and the invoice from a distributor.
If you add this functionality, you have like an add-on for Handel.
Yeah.
And then you have to dispute which one is leading. Probably stock and channel would be leading, but you need the functionality in Exact.
For the orders, and Exact is the.
You need to pay for our trade license to be able to import the data as well. So it's not really conflicting.
This is just the prices.
So I like this. I like this functionality also, because the other one is really niche. And this one has way more potential combined, sales and purchase.
This is that's our biggest ticket sale really that we offer. You know, end to end.
It's not usually one or the other. Only in the specific IT-related companies who work with Ingram and Tech Data and who do everything by drop shipment and don't have any real stock. Then the first solution you presented is great, and this is more. This is probably going to appeal to a greater audience within our installed base.
Okay, well that's encouraging. I mean, we obviously need to do a bit more work on the integration for that to be possible. But yeah, we'd happily do that.
My advice is go and get a trial for our trade solution. I'm not sure what the right English pronunciation is. Also Handel in
wholesale.
Our wholesale distribution. Get a trial from wholesale distribution and get one from professional services, and run. Get your developers together. Let them get a feel for the user interface, because if they understand the process that happens within Exact, it will be much easier for them to translate if this would be a good add-on for our wholesale solution, which I think it could be.
And that is a good thing that you can contact my colleagues in UK, and 1 or 2 times go with them to appointment when they've got appointment with client for wholesale.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, get Aston or Christopher Sharp or one of the guys.
Yeah,
let them be your first contacts when it comes to piloting these solutions, because in fact there is no difference technically between Exact Online in the UK and in the Netherlands. So if you get a launching customer, if you can really, it's an easier mirror for you to use than a Dutch customer. Language barriers, also the way you actually book. orders. So that would be a great idea, just to get a feel for our wholesale and our PSA solutions. Reflect also with your application on those, and
There's a great market for that.
Yeah, because I feel a much more potential market for the second combined solution than only the first. Yeah. That's really going to be a small market here in the Netherlands. It's just going to be the small media markets and IT resellers. Yeah, we have a lot of those also, but
IT resellers is definitely the sweet spot for us. But it's not exclusive. So we've got quite a lot of AV, audiovisual, but it's still tech products. It tends to be and it's because the nature of the supplier is that they're quite techie themselves. You know, to be an IT distributor, you have to be quite techie in terms of providing data feeds. And as I say, it's the sweet spot for us because of the speed of innovation in technology is quicker than anything else. No one would buy last year's iPhone. You know, you'd buy the current one, and the same with tablets, with PCs, with everything. The products come and go so quick, which is why why we're here really.
Please try to find out what the VAT requirement is at the beginning of the onboarding, because that really doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm afraid that if we show it to a Dutch customer now, that he's going to stumble before he even got started.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's good feedback.
No, it's not.
Je gaat onboarden.
Yeah, I know. But they need to look at new customers anyway. And once they started to onboard, they will get the feedback, and then they can start improving. Okay. That is how it normally goes.
But it does, in my opinion, it doesn't. It's not on the right spot.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, I think that's good from my end. Thanks very much for your time today. I know it's been quite long, and it's been an interesting discussion. Hopefully we've both learned a lot. I'll get the recording across to you, and we'll work out the next steps, and hopefully move forward soon.
Yeah, and I will send you an email with a contact text, because you have to read it in Dutch also. And
okay,
then we can go publish it.
Nah, it's not ready for publishing yet. There needs to be, James needs to have a closer look at the rollout. We have to do some more, when it's more MVP, the product, we have to do a real quick, it doesn't really have to be, but we have to get a little bit more sense and feel about what the end product is. It's now a product that, in my opinion, is still in development. They need to be able to choose one of the methods to promote the quote to order. I would suggest using the webhook. We need to have a short recap of this meeting, which really shows us the end product, right? I think so.
Other things that okay.
We also need to have a little bit more deeper understanding. We need to actually see some traffic, so we can also measure, can also see what is happening.
I think on the technical level it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Seen the transactions also going back and forth. Okay.
So yeah, it's the one lost part on the quotes really. I think that needs to be finalised, and the obviously the multiple choice on tax at the start is
and also
confused the hell out of me as well, to be honest.
You have to work together with SAR on identifying potential customers here in the Netherlands, together with our sales. And you have to also really think about what store you're going to enter in your marketplace, right? In the app center. So you really have to make it small and focus on those IT resellers and household appliance. And just name tech data, just name Ingram Micro, and people will understand they will probably understand straight away what your product does if you just mention those distributors.
No, that's fair play. All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I'll catch up with you guys very soon. Thanks again for your time and feedback. It's much appreciated.